For 25 years, selling specialized packaging has been a lottery. A trade show booth is a ticket. A rep's territory is a ticket. A cold call list, a Zoom info list, that's a ticket. You buy a stack of these tickets every single year and you call it a sales strategy. It's not. It's buying tickets and hoping. And it works occasionally. Somebody always walks the show floor and bumps into the right buyer and lands the right account that carries the year. That win's real, and it keeps everybody buying tickets for years to come. 35 years in this industry, I've seen it all. I bought the tickets too. The game just ended, and most of the people in it have not noticed. The lottery worked for one reason. The buyer had to come to you and to me. He needed a catalog. He needed a rep to explain the difference between two types of film. Information was scarce, and you controlled it. That's what made a booth worth 25 to 50 grand. That's over. He gets a complete answer now, the decision maker, in 90 seconds without ever talking to a supplier. He asks, he reads, he builds a short list, and then and only then does he reach out to somebody to talk to. The tickets still cost the same, they just stop paying. So here's the first thing nobody wants to hear. The person we're selling to is not the person who decides anymore. You have 20 years with purchasing. Golf, lunch, Christmas cards, you get it, and you keep losing the business anyhow. This is what seems to be happening. Purchasing is the last stop anymore. The decision got made upstream by an operations director with a problem, or a plant manager tired of failure. By the time it reaches your friend, the buyer, that's 3 quotes in a spreadsheet later, and the relationship doesn't do you any good anymore. You're not losing on price. You're losing because you never got in front of the right person who actually felt the pain. Second thing, ask most packaging owners what it costs them to get in front of a new customer. The number they give you is always wrong, most likely by a factor of 3. They count the booth, maybe. They don't count the freight, the hotels, the 4 people off the shop floor. They don't count the rep's salaries, the car, the 18 months of promises before he produces anything. And they certainly don't count the quotes written for business that they had no business going after in the first place. And they never count on the biggest one. The deals that never reach the desk, the proper desk, because he or the rep built a short list and your company was never on it. I'm not telling you to stop anything. I'm telling you because I've been there. I understand. The third one here you've got to keep in mind is everything your company has ever produced produced to get noticed, was built for somebody already looking for you. Let me explain. The person you need has never heard of you. This is important, not the buyer anymore, the decision maker. He's not looking for a supplier, he's looking for a way out of a problem. That's a key thing when it comes to discovery. What reaches him is the answer to the question he's always asking. What's this going to cost? Why does this fail? What does it compare against? Who is this product right for? This is not a buyer asking questions or a decision maker. This is a decision maker talking about pain that he or she has, and he needs solutions. He's asking the internet, he's asking ChatGPT and AI, and everybody in the packaging space isn't there. They're not set up for these types of answers. And the answer you publish most of the time, and me included, the booth we paid for, or the brochures, or the email marketing, it just doesn't work anymore. Every packaging company is on one of 2 roads right now, and most have not chosen which. Road 1, you're a SKU. You make a thing several other companies make. You compete on price and lead time, and you lose most of those to somebody bigger. The Veritivs, the Ulines. The day a bigger supplier buys the business at a loss for 2 quarters, you're gone. We all are. Road 2, you own an actual problem. This is a big deal. Not a product, a problem. Something narrow and real you've solved 200 times and a generalist has solved twice. Now think about that. Something narrow and real that you and your company have solved. Your packaging has solved. Owners hear narrow and they think small. That is not true anymore. Go narrower and you feel that pain. You go narrower and you find each other. Owning one lane completely beats being a fourth option for a price. That is the key distinction going forward in the world we're in. Every time I get here, the owner says the same thing. So you want me to get rid of my sales team? And I'm baffled by this. Using packaging intelligence is what we call this, has nothing to do with getting rid of a sales team, nothing to do with eliminating people. I want you to stop asking them to do a job they cannot do anymore. Your rep spends the first 3 meetings teaching the category, the trade-offs, why the cheap option is not cheap. This is the least efficient way to teach because he does it once for one person in a room. Now think about that. Let the teaching happen before the call, in public, where 1,000 people read it. That is packaging intelligence. Then your rep walks in on somebody who already understands the problem and already trusts your company and already wants to hear from your people. It's not a smaller job, it's a better job. And this is the part I actually care about the most. If you've been in the packaging industry 20 to 30 years, somewhere along the line, somebody made you feel like a salesperson in the smallest sense. The guy in the lobby, the call comes to take. That's not who you are. You know which material fails in humidity. You know what happens when somebody cheapens a seal or a structure. You've watched companies make the same expensive mistake over and over, and you knew it was coming and nobody asked you. Again, that is packaging intelligence. You're the most knowledgeable person in the room on something that costs your customer real money, real pain. The only reason you've never been treated like an interruption is that nobody saw the expertise before they saw the pitch. Again, they didn't see your expertise. They just looked at us, myself included, as just another sales rep. Change that and everything changes. So here's a catch. Let me be straight. This is work. Pulling 30 years out of your best people one piece at a time. Answering the cost question in public when every instinct says don't do it. Publishing an honest comparison, including the part where a competitor is better for a certain type of customer. Most companies now in the packaging space will not do this. Not because they cannot, because it's uncomfortable and slow and nobody is making them. It's not the bad news. That is the opportunity in our space today. Look at any narrow packaging category and see how much useful information exists. Close to nothing. That emptiness is 25 years of everyone buying those lottery tickets I mentioned earlier. And it doesn't work. One article does nothing. 100 over 2 years, all pointing in the same direction about a pain point your packaging solves. Now somebody's going to get it. That becomes a very powerful tool to set your company up for. So again, the lottery in the packaging space and sales in packaging is over. Sounds like bad news, but it's really a great opportunity for a forward-thinking packaging company. Whether you actually make the packaging or you're a distributor. A lottery is a game you can't get better at. 35 years in this industry, doing it a different way is how you compete. What replaces it again is experience. That is the entire advantage. And if you can capitalize on that experience, bring it together, use it to your advantage, and be able to instrumentally get it in front of the right people, suddenly you are the expert that nobody can compete with. I hope this was helpful. We have a ton of YouTube videos and playlists all about packaging sales, all about packaging industry, and the different changes that are out there that you and your team can use to grow in this goofy economy. I hope this is helpful. Please subscribe. Please share it with somebody that'll help. And again, I hope this is helpful. Thanks.